Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Okay, well, we are here with a paper bag. I got this paper bag from Officeworks, a local office supply store, Australia-wide I believe actually, and it was just such a cute bag. I thought it's just screaming out to be a journal, so it will be a journal. So the first job I have to do is take these paper bag handles off of the bag because they are in my way. I am actually going to use these in the construction of this bag, but it's going to require some thought, so I will get back to that bit. But let's get a move on with this paper bag journal. I'm not sure that I've ever made one of these, so yeah, another learning curve. Now, I really like this image and I'm thinking that I'm going to keep it. The rest of the bag can be covered, but that image is going to stay. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to snip this here and make a pocket out of the base. Now, in the end of the day, the way I sort of orientate this journal, this pocket's going to be at the bottom, which is kind of purposeless. Should really be at the top, but yeah, like I said, I've never done one of these before, so so bear with me. Forgive me my faux pas. I could have cut the other side and stuck this side back down and all the rest of it, but I had already glued things over things and I just didn't, by the time I'd noticed it, I just didn't feel like doing that. So anyway, what we've done is open the side of the base and we are going to just glue this down. Leave the base on the bag, glue this side down, and you can actually poke something into the base of the bag from the outside, which I will do, even though it is upside down. But you could always just hold your journal up the other way. It's not really a big deal, but it just happened to be the way things ended up being orientated. It ended up looking like it was at the bottom. So anyway, we have glued that side down and now we are just going to cover up all of the bag that we don't want to look at, and we are also going to make two pockets in here. Now when I was clearing out my room the other day, I came across a bundle of scrapbook paper that I'd forgotten I had. I've had it for many years and I really like it actually. It's a very nice scrapbooking paper. It's just brown paper with black printing on it, and I find it particularly attractive. I don't know why, but I do. So I'm going to use some of that because I found it, and if I've got these things I may as well use them. So what I am going to do is basically cover up all the bits of paper bag that I don't like the look of with this scrapbook paper. I am also going to use it to construct a pocket divider for the inside of the bag here. So I will show you what I'm doing with that in just a moment. So this is the piece of paper I'm going to use. Excuse me. This is the piece of paper I'm going to use for that. It's going to be slightly too big. So what I'm doing is folding it in half, and then I'll measure it up, find out it's slightly too big, and just tear some off the bottom, which is fine. The tricky bit is once I've got the glue on it, getting it back in the bag. But you can see what I'm doing. I am using it to make a divider in between in the inside of the paper bag. Because the side gussets go in there, if I put a piece of paper on either side of the side gusset, like so, we'll have like a shelf, if you like. So I'll put one side in there and one side on the other side of the gusset and glue them together, and we have two pockets that are divided by that piece of scrapbook paper, which I think is brilliant because I'm just an intellectual giant. Yeah, anyway. moving on from my self-congratulations, the tricky part of that whole scenario is gluing this and getting it back in the bag and getting it stuck together. So we're going to give that an attempt, and surprisingly enough, it works out quite well and quite quickly, but could have gone very, very badly. Now you can tell that I have not really put a lot of thought into this, and I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants because I suddenly decided that the bits of paper that were holding the handle on need to go, and of course they're inside the bag still, which would have been much easier to remove had I not just put that gusset divider in there. But anyway, we'll just carry on. Pretend you didn't see that. Doing a quick inspection of that little pocket that I made earlier and still not realising that it's going to be up the wrong way, I decided to do a few little glue repairs to that because there's some little bits and pieces that still have gaps, so I will quickly glue those down. Like I say, still have not noticed that that is going to be on the wrong end, but we just ignore the fact that I'm an idiot and move on. Now, if I didn't have scrapbook paper to use for this, what would I use? Probably brown paper bag or just scraps, or a jelly print maybe. Book page, encyclopedia pages, whatever. Basically anything that was lying around, and well, today scrapbooking paper is lying around, which is quite unusual for me, but we might as well use it being as we've got it. So, but there's lots of alternatives, lots of things you could be using other than scrapbook paper for sure. Okay, this is my button box, and I've been looking for those scissors for so long. Anyway, I'm after some brown buttons. I have an idea of how I want to use these, and it is going to require some buttons, mainly for aesthetic value, but yeah, a few of them will actually be used as something, a bit of a closure. So I do end up pulling 4 buttons out. I throw one back in the end because it has 4 holes in it, and I just want ones with 2 holes in them because I'm lazy and don't want to sew with 4 holes. Aside from the fact I'm sewing through pieces of paper, so I don't want to put any more holes in it than I really need to. So yes, I will put one of those back, and I will get a replacement for that button and 2 more in the end, because I end up needing 6 buttons. But right now I am just going to sew 2 buttons to the very ends of these bits of paper. Now, it occurred to me after sewing these onto the pieces of paper, because of course after is when you think about things, that I probably should have reinforced these with little bits of fabric, which I do for the other end. Better late than never, right? But I sew these ones straight through the paper. I mean, it's very sturdy paper. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, and I end up gluing them down anyway. So yeah, I don't think that's ever going to be an issue. They're under no strain. They are actually just on there as decorative pieces at that end anyway. So the other end, where they are actually doing something in the way of work as a closure, I do remember to put a little piece of fabric over the end when I sew the buttons on, just to give it that little bit of extra strength so that it won't tear through no matter how much strain it's put under. Okay, so this piece of scrapbook paper is essentially going to cover up that logo. It's also going to serve as a pocket, so I'm just folding this side down where the opening is going to be, just to serve as a bit of extra strength for that pocket, just so that it doesn't sort of tear or anything as you're pulling things in and out all the time. So yeah, and then it is basically a little pocket with the little flaps on the inside, so that you can just get a little bit more stuff in there. Now, I was planning on sticking this to the bag straight away, but then I thought, for a change, I thought before I did something, that I would just check out my closure and my straps and buttons and all the rest of it and see if I could get a better idea of how I wanted that to go together, because like I say, I'm just sort of flying by the seat of my pants and I wasn't really sure how I was going to make this work. So yes, I decided to put the pocket aside for a moment and work that out before I stuck the pocket down and realised I wanted to put holes through it or some stupid thing. So in the end, I could have stuck it down, wouldn't have made a difference, but better to work these things out first rather than try and fix all your bodgy jobs afterwards. Of course, if you're like me and don't tend to think of things before you do them, anything can be fixed. It's just a case of, for a change, I decided to do it the right way around. Okay, that is our straps stuck on, at least on that end. And that's where we're going to leave it for today. This is already running to 20 minutes, so we will come back tomorrow and put some papers inside. I want it to be as bulky basically as it's going to get before I work out finally exactly how I'm going to do this strap business. So yeah, it's coming along. I hope you're liking it. I'm still loving that little image on the front of the parrot. So yeah. All right, guys, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye.